Good evening, guys. Sam here with Go50. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to my page here, and gives me a little bit more incentive to keep on doing this for you guys. Right now, we are getting ready for our next trip. We might be leaving tomorrow. I think we're going up through Tennessee, Georgia, um, on up to Chicago, Illinois. Hell, that may change. I don't know. I know it's a good couple thousand miles that we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and change the oil. I've already gone down there and drained it, and we're fixing to fill her back up. Now, I used to not be an oil guy, sorry. Can't talk. It's kind of late. I used to throw whatever in there, but that was on some older engines where they didn't have all of the variable valve timing and all that good stuff that makes it very important on what type of oil you use. Now, you go to Ford website and you look at their specifications, and they're going to call for a 5W20 for the F-150. Now, if you get in the book and you start looking in the Mustang GT manual, they tell you that if you're going to race it, to go ahead and use like an 040 or something like that. Now, I started out with 5W20, and I really didn't like the way it performed. It was getting a lot of what felt like stiction. I've been in the mechanic industry for over 20 years, so I can tell you just by the feel of the oil on my fingers if it's ready to be changed or not. And after about, I'd say 3,000 miles, that 520 Motocraft was ready to go. So I switched over to did some research, and I switched over to the actual SuperTech brand 520 that they carry at Walmart. Didn't like it. I moved up a little thicker to a 1030. Still didn't like it. Started adding things like Lucas. That helped. But it still just wasn't where I wanted it to be as far as the way the oil felt after 3, 4, 5,000 miles. So I checked into this stuff. Now, it does say it's a diesel engine oil, but you can use this on gasoline engines. The good thing about it is able to hold a lot of carbon in suspension, a lot more than your regular engine oil for normal gas applications, because well, basically diesel engines are dirty, and I've found out that this 5.0 engine is pretty dirty too. So it gets a lot of carbon and a lot of soot in the motor oil quickly. My last 5.4 liter in the F-250 Super Duty that I had, you could change that oil at 12,000 miles and it was still just as clean as the day as you put it in. Weird, huh? Only thing I can think of is that it's an aluminum block, and it suffers from a lot of expansion and contraction. So when you start it up cold, you're getting some bypass through the rings, and as it heats up, you don't get that bypass anymore. So another good thing about this stuff is that it has a very high level of cleaning agents in it, which I have found is needed in the 5.0 because it has the VVT on the exhaust and on the intake. Hell, I used this 2 oil changes ago, and then I switched to a Mobil 1 040, and it was for the European blend type of application. Still a full synthetic, but basically my engine started running like shit because those screens on the solenoids were getting dirty, and it would cause an erratic idle up and down. And what's funny is I did about a 100-mile stint when I went to go pick this up, and I threw some cleaning agent in the engine just so I could run it, and I went through each mode and I got it up past 3,400 RPM to actuate those solenoids. And when I stopped for gas, The thing was not suffering from any vibration. It wasn't suffering from the idle dip that it was getting, which is the reason why I went to go get this stuff in the first place. And I actually had to go to 2 different Tractor Supplies. Walmart doesn't carry it, of course. It's about $27 a piece. So you're looking at about a $65 oil change after the filter. And I will swear by this stuff. Swear, 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 swear. I may get some haters, but I will tell you that I ran this stuff for 12,000 miles and it was still slicker than baby snot by the time I changed it out. I know a few guys that have run this for 100,000 miles in their trucks without changing it. Crazy, huh? Crazy that you can get that kind of performance out of a off-the-shelf brand type of oil for 60 bucks. Normally you got to go to a Royal Purple or something like that to get that kind of performance. I swear by this stuff. It is amazing. So I bought this truck at 37,000 miles 4 months ago. I'm in the hauling business, so I haul trailers, boats. Basically, I try to specialize in private hauls. Like I have my certifications to haul animals, dogs. Sometimes we'll haul $10,000-$20,000 dogs across the country. VIP treatment, and so I depend on this engine to get me where I'm going. I'm not just going to put anything in my engine anymore. That's 20-year-old shit. I'm 40 years old and I've learned my lesson a few times, so I'm a big oil guy. This is good stuff. Don't be deterred by the fact that it says diesel engine oil. You read the back and it will say that you can use it also in marine applications. Advanced full synthetic diesel engine oil that provides extended drain capability and exceptional low temperature performance with the potential to help improve fuel economy. Meets or exceeds the requirements of original equipment manufacturers. Where did it say it? It does say somewhere on here that can be used in gasoline motors. I'm just not reading it right now, and it's dark and it's too hard to read, but trust me, it'll work. The 540 seems to be the right mix for my motor. I'm not saying it's the right mix for yours. It all depends on the wear and tear that you have on your bearings and things like that, the clearances that you have. You got to fiddle with it sometimes. Every engine is a little bit different. They start out as close to the same as possible, but the more you drive them, the looser they get. This engine's kind of loose at idle, I noticed, but it tightens up once you get up above a couple thousand RPMs, and it's just fine. So that's my take on what type of oil to use in my 5.0. You can choose to use whatever you want, but I've had good luck with this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put her in, and she'll be ready for a trip tomorrow. Talk to you guys later. Go 5-0.